Anyone here do any crimes recently? Anyone here commit any crimes? You gotta tell me if you have. That's the law. If you've committed any crimes, you have to tell me. I'll tell you. Have I done any crimes recently? The answer to that is, have I done any crimes? You know what? I probably have. None come to mind, but I'm pretty sure I must have done some crimes recently. You know, it's really easy to accidentally do some crimes. Did I do any on purpose? Maybe. Did I do any on accident? Maybe. Have I committed terrible crimes? Probably not. Not recently. But have I committed less terrible crimes? Maybe. I guess I shouldn't commit to a yes, just in case this gets brought up in court later. Drag me out in court. Like, so you admit you've done crimes. Absolutely not. And then they play the tape back. Like, that was a bit. I admitted to being a criminal. As a bit, you see. Kaylin, thank you for the $2. A very merry unbirthday to you, but not to me. Yeah, happy birthday, Kaylin. Hope you're having a good day. Hope things are going well for you today. Speaking of well for you, welcome to the Video Game Valley. It's a beautiful day today. Perfect 72 degrees out. Hope things are going well for all of you on this wonderful day. We're continuing CSI Crime Scene Investigation on the Xbox. CSI Crime Scene Investigation. We're investigating. That's it. We're inviting criminals over to a beautiful ball. We're having a grand ball, and only criminals are invited. Come and dance with us. If you are one of the people who's done crimes recently. Oh, before I forget, let me load this up real quick. Got some exciting news. Very exciting news, everyone. My brother. I did a couple of streams over the last however many years. I did like 2 streams. Yeah, it was 2. A couple. 2 streams with my brother, where he showed off his Minecraft builds and stuff, and people were pretty into it. They were pretty into the Minecraft builds that he was doing. They were great builds, high quality builds. Well, my brother's got another project he's been working on. He's been making a video game. He's been making a video game of his own. His regular day job involves programming, and he's tried his hand at game programming now. And he started texting me, like, images and stuff from this game he was developing, and it started getting more and more elaborate. And now he's got a Steam page for it. He's got a Steam page for it. It's called Balloon Chess. Balloon Chess. A roguelite take on chess, where you fight through waves of enemies and challenging boss matches as you ride an elevator to the top floor. Get powerful new abilities, imbue your balloons with passive effects, and build up a deck of backup balloons to take on higher challenges. He's got like a little video here. Balloon chess, baby. If this interests you at all, definitely search Balloon Chess on Steam and wishlist it. It's not out yet. Still in development. Those wishlists. Important metrics, from what I understand. Well, look at all these features. All the stuff you can buy for your balloons. Little balloon horses. Balloon church. It's balloon chess, baby. Balloon chess. So yeah, if this looks at all interesting to you, wish listing on Steam. I'll mention it again at the end of the stream, but I wanted to show it off right at the top. The developer here, Silent Q Games. For those who don't know, my brother's name, Joshua, it has a Q in it, and the Q is silent. Let's see, balloon chess. Yeah, if you've ever seen Josh's name show up in a FilmCow video, Joshua, yeah, you've seen it written out as Joshua. It's pronounced Joshua, but it's spelled Joshqua. The Q is silent. Alright, CSI crime scene investigation. I forgot what we were investigating. I think someone's house was burned, and I suspected it was an inside job. Has he considered other storefronts like GOG? I have no idea. I'll ask him. Let's load up our game. Oh yeah, our name is No Crimes. Perfect for me. They call me Mr. Chess. I've known Robert for many, many years. And it is surprising how many people call him Mr. Chess. I've never seen him play chess even once, but everyone calls him that. Alright, welcome to Things Got Burned World. A world in which things, you guessed it, have gotten burned. Hear that bird outside? There's a lot of birds. I have those bird sound effects, I want you to know. Oh, I have those bird sounds. How can I learn who might have started the fire? I'm a crime scene investigator. Hey, how do I solve this crime? Hey, can you give me a little hint? How do I solve the crime?
You should ask the owner, Mr. Gray, if he knows anyone who might have a grudge against him.
Alright. Hey, Mr. Gray. Who wants to burn your stuff? Have you made any enemies? Not that I know of. I mean, I did just, screw over Jerry the arsonist. I know this guy. His name is Jerry the arsonist. We call him that because he burns things. And, you know, we were setting up some sort of deal, financial stuff, and I screwed him over real hard. And I said, what are you gonna do about it, Jerry? Burn my house down? But I don't think it would be him. He's a good guy.
I'm Jason Gray. You the officers who wanted to speak with me?
Yes.
We're with the Las Vegas Crime Lab, Mr. Gray. Criminalists. Sorry about your house. We just have a few questions.
Sorry, I think...
Anything I can do to help.
Are they really
There's some chance
called
you can find whoever did this
criminalists? Sorry, is this a real term? Yeah, is criminalist a real term? No offense to any criminalist out there. No offense to anyone who went to college to study criminalism. But, is that real? Criminalist sounds fake. Hello, we're criminalists. What happened here? What the heck happened in this zone?
Well, as I told the officer, I went out to get a little exercise. I do this when I can't sleep. It must have been around 11:30 because it was after the news. At any rate, I wasn't gone for much more than an hour 15 at the most. But as I was walking home, I could see a strange light coming from my office.
Strange light, as if it was a phantom.
The alarms went off. Mentally, I mean. I rushed in and somehow managed to put the fire out, best I could.
I think this guy did the burning himself. I think it's an inside job. Wings of Hope, thank you for the $5. It is indeed real. They study the topic of criminalistics, which is also real. I don't know if I believe in it, though. I don't know that I believe it. You say it's real, but I don't know that I believe in it. Hey, what was this? I think I'm gonna decide in my own world that this doesn't exist. I'm gonna decide it doesn't exist. What was destroyed?
Well, I haven't taken a complete inventory, but obviously my computer, and with it, all my files and research, projects, client database.
My
It'll
files.
take months to reconstruct it all. I should have kept backup disks in a safe deposit box, but damn hindsight. At least my insurance will cover some of it.
If you ever want to begin your arson inside job chapter, let me know. I'll do just that. There's a couple of, like, arsons I've wanted to commit over the course of my life, but I don't think I've ever wanted to burn my own stuff. There's times in which, like, I've been like, man, it would be really nice to commit a massive act of arson right now. But against myself, I don't want to burn my own stuff. Do you know anyone who might have wanted to do this?
Maliciously, you mean? I don't know, really. Not unless... Well, there is one person, but I can't imagine James Ritchie.
Jerry the
He's my
arsonist.
biggest rival in the field. Aviation design. Anyway, we go way back. Not all of it good. He's been stealing clients away for a long time, and he's got a checkered past, to say the least. Still find it hard to believe.
I don't buy it. I think it's you. You know where we might find James Ritchie?
He's got several offices around town. I couldn't hazard a guess where he'd be right now.
Around town somewhere. What are we doing? Curious what birthday machine rules. Is it okay if I enter my spouse today? Just going to sleep as soon as it's 5:17 a.m. here. Yeah, it's the general rules are birthday machine exists for stream viewers. That doesn't mean no in this instance. If she's someone who watches the stream, then yes. If she's someone you know who doesn't watch the stream, then no. Like, if you're entering for someone who can't make it to the stream this particular day or whatever, then that's fine. But if she's not a stream viewer, then no. Those are the rules. Let's see. no evidence yet. Oh, and the exclamation point needs to be at the beginning. And is it pronounced let's see, murmur? Like murmur, but with an extra murmur. Murmur. My apologies if the song ends up being a little wonky. I feel like I'm gonna have trouble trouble singing murmur. But I'll give it my best shot, and happy birthday to Murmur. Aha!
Every fire has its share of survivors. This is not one of them. If the perps were grabbing up Gray's papers before lighting them, we might find a survivor. Fingerprints. Too fragile to dust, but there's other ways to check for prints.
Other ways? That's probably a clue. I don't remember how to bring up my wheel of options. Aha! What the heck? Oh, I just did it. I don't know how I did. I hit the right spot, I guess.
There's a redial button. Maybe we should find out who the last person was on the other end.
You got it. It's probably something from the crime lab. Oh, no. The phone's still working?
Yeah, leave a message.
Pleasant. Sounds like Gray keeps good company.
It's just a guy with a gruff voice. You're like, oh, a gruff voice. That's a criminal voice. That's a voice that only criminals have.
We'll want to test for accelerants, things that started the fire. This looks like a typical burn pattern, lots of charred samples and residual gas in the air. We can't use that here. 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 There's no prints here. There's nothing special there. We can't use that here.
I still haven't really gotten the hang of what item I need to use at what point.
Try using a similar tool.
Alright, a similar tool.
We can't use that here.
Dang it.
Are you sure you haven't done this before? Little luck. Greg will tell us something useful from the sample.
That line doesn't really work after I tried every other object first. You're an old pro at this, huh? Accidentally dousing the evidence with every other tool and vial you have before finally getting the right one on accident.
This lighter's an antique, so maybe it's just a collectible, but the cap's been screwed off and it's empty. Anything that could have started this fire is important. Collect it.
Evidence added. The birds in here. Yeah, I don't know why we can hear the birds
Rag
so well.
fragments. Smells greasy. I don't imagine Mr. Gray was working on his car in here, do you?
No. From Troy, thank you for the $2. Can finally afford to send a super chat. Howdy. Hello, howdy to you.
Ever hear of a Molotov cocktail? That's 1 part rag, 1 part bottle, and 1 part liquid accelerant.
Thank you, From Troy.
Could be what started this fire.
How you doing today, From Troy? How are things going for you right now? Out in your area of the world, wherever that happens to be. It could be anywhere. You could be super chatting from my attic. I got the possum out of there, but you know they didn't check for From Troy. I guess you could also be from the ancient city of Troy. You know, for a while they thought that Troy was entirely a myth, but it turns out it actually existed.
What we need to know is how it got that way.
Maybe not quite as it is in the legends.
Glass
but
on the floor could mean the window was broken from outside, so our arsonist could have been standing just outside that window before the fun began.
Troy, Michigan is a place as well. Yeah, people used to think Troy, Michigan was a myth as well. but today we know it's real. Florida, New York exists. Yeah, it's always funny when places that are well known exist in other places. Like, anyone here been to Hollywood? Anyone here been to Hollywood, baby? I am, of course, referring to Hollywood, Florida. Beautiful Hollywood, Florida. Hollywood. I'm talking about the Florida one. Anyone here been to Hollywood, Florida? Hollywood, baby. I should move to Hollywood, Florida. It's very funny to work in entertainment and say you live in Hollywood if you live in Hollywood, Florida. Hey, where are you at? Where are you located at? Hollywood. Oh, great. Maybe I should stop by sometime. Yeah. You also in Florida? What? Hollywood. Oh yes, I'm talking about Hollywood. The place in Florida, it's very hot and it's on the coast and it gets hit by lots of storms. I guess that's it for in here. I guess I need to head out. Let's see. Is there any clues around here? No, I guess not. Let's look for some clues. Let's look for some ding-dang son-of-a-gun clues. Aha! Classic clue, the footprint!
Does that look like a shoe print to you? Me neither. Cast it. Maybe Gray can give us a lab rat's eye view that'll tell us what the heck it is.
I thought it was a footprint. I thought it was a classic clue. It is not. Evidence added. What are the classic clues? Footprint, that's one. Blood stain, that's two. Fingerprint, that's three. I guess those are probably the big three. Of course, all of these are eclipsed by the clue number one that I've put up on the top of the screen here. Crime exists. People don't think of this as a clue, but it is. You could have no crime without the existence of crime. So the first clue in any case is an understanding that we live in a universe in which crime is possible. That's always your first clue. If you ever look around at a crime scene and think, ugh, I don't have any clues, do not despair. You got one at least. The concept of crime. Exhibit number 1. This philosophy book on the nature of things. Are we done? Can I leave, do you think? Let me talk to, what's her name?
You should have brass run a search of Richie's name through the system. You never know what might come up.
Alright. Let's go talk to Brass.
Any breaks in the arson?
Can you check out James Ritchie?
Well, let's pull him up. Seems Mr. Ritchie has a prior for insurance fraud. Promising. Charges were eventually dropped. But you know what they say? With his smoke?
Oh, what's the rest of that? I've never heard of this before. What's the rest? You said when there's smoke. What? Can you there's crime. Well, that's it. When there's smoke, there's crime. Can you locate James Ritchie?
His company has a few offices scattered around Vegas, but the downtown branch seems to be the HQ. I'd start there.
Thank you. I got a new location added. Hey, what do you think about this foot? He doesn't care about feet. Does this guy look like a foot guy to you? I know all sorts follow that particular predilection, but you think this guy look like a foot guy? I really want to say no, but I feel like the answer is yes. The more I look at him, I'm like, yeah, yeah, probably.
We got an arson case and need some tests run.
Well, and it's a pleasure to see you too, Sarah. But I'm starting to feel like this relationship is kind of lopsided. I give, you take.
How about I make it up to you by giving you this evidence to analyze for us?
Somehow I don't think I'm making my point. So, you got a hot case, huh? Yeah, well, let's have a look.
All right. More like a shoe guy. Yeah, he might be a shoe guy. I can see that. Like, his greatest fantasy is being in the situation that, the prince in Cinderella was in, where he has to take on and off the shoes from a whole line of women. This is his dream. To be that guy who gets to put on and off a shoe on the feet of every woman in town. He will never tell any of his colleagues about this dream of his. And it's too bad, because I think they would support him. I think he'd be surprised at the support he'd get. Hey, can you run this foot for me?
Well, what this isn't is a shoe print. It may be a knee print, but I'm fresh out of knee print databases, so I can't do much with it at the moment.
Thank you. This guy's completely useless. How about whatever this is?
You're gonna love this. It's as simple as ABC. A, it's lighter fluid. B, it's not lighter fluid. It's from the fuel oil number 1 family. Or C, it's both.
So wait, what is it? Sorry, you said that in a very confusing way. I don't. Is it lighter? What? So what is it? Yeah, we got some fingerprints. Results found. Oh, James Ritchie. It could be James Ritchie. That looks like a match to me. Match found, baby.
We have an APHIS match to James Ritchie, charged with insurance fraud 4 years ago. Case was dropped, however.
We got him. It's the one guy we know. It's the one guy. Let's go to James Ritchie's office.
Heard about what happened to Gray. Shame. Happy to help. If you can keep it short. I have a meeting in 15 minutes.
What about this guy? This guy's got kind of a lumpy suit. This guy's suit's pretty lumped up. How old do you think this guy is? How old is this guy? I can't tell. Like 26. You think this guy's 26 years old? 48. It's hard to tell on the Xbox. He could be any age. I've been wanting to dye my hair black. The only reason I haven't is because I do have some gray hairs, and I don't want people to think that I'm dyeing it to get rid of the gray hairs, because I'm not. If I could dye my brown hairs black and keep the gray hairs, I would. I've always wanted black hair. I think it's more vampiric. I have dark brown hair, which is close, but not quite the same. Dye Dye just the gray hairs. No, I don't want to dye. I want to dye all the hairs that aren't gray. I started going gray really early. My brother did too. My brother went even earlier than me. Like, I think my brother started getting his first gray hair when he was like 20. For me, it was like, I think they started popping in around 25 or so. Something like that. Very lucky that, you know, I've got a nice full head of hair. No, not receding at all. But it did, it did start going gray, like, almost immediately. Just like, instantly. How well do you know Mr. Gray? Oh, that's stress from committing crimes. That's probably it. I still haven't. Yeah, Robert's still got his normal colored hair. Just the brown hair. Classic Robert hair. Take gray hair to my balding head any day. Yeah. I don't mind the gray hair at all. But I do really want black hair. I want to figure out a way to do that.
He's a competitor, just not much of one. We both manage companies that design commercial airplane prototypes.
Whoa.
His business has been in a tailspin for more than a year. It's not my fault his dissatisfied clients come looking for a home.
Man, this guy's so catty. Have you ever threatened Mr. Gray?
Why would I? He's barely on my radar. I would say, if anything, Gray feels threatened by yours truly. You know, he even approached me, begging to buy him out a couple of weeks back, as if I wanted what was left of his excuse for a company. I didn't threaten him, I laughed in his damn face.
It's another clue in favor of this being an inside job. That was my initial guess, and if that ends up being correct, I want you all to know that I'm truly an extraordinary investigator. And if I'm wrong, it's, you know, don't make any inferences from that. Do you know anything about Mr. Gray's friends?
If you're fishing for those drug rumors, I won't be part of that.
The what?
However I may feel about Gray, I don't intend to get involved in character assassination. Anyway, what a man does in his private life is his own concern.
What? Where were you at the time of the fire?
You can't seriously think I had anything to do with it. Look, I'm not Jason Gray's biggest fan, but I don't go around burning houses down, even when I don't care for somebody. As for my whereabouts, you might check with the other 150 passengers on my flight, coming in from Chicago, flight 157.
It's a pretty good alibi. It's a pretty good alibi. Your prints were on a piece of paper found at Jason Gray's home.
So what? I have had dealings with Gray. We've exchanged our share of documents over the years.
Tell me about your criminal record.
I have no criminal record. Those charges were dropped. This is still America, isn't it?
I don't know. Maybe it's not. Can I have your pencil?
I have nothing else to tell you for the time being.
Can I have your pencil?
I have nothing else to tell you for the time being.
Okay, I cannot have his pencil. Hey, what do you think about this foot or knee? What do you think about this sample we took? Arrest him. Yeah, I should arrest this guy. There was this series of police simulation games in the, I think it was the late 80s, early 90s. The guy who's responsible for most of them, pretty vile dude. not a very good guy. But I played one of them, and the ways in which you were allowed to mess up your investigations were absolutely the buck wild. You know, you could pull someone over for speeding, and then you're just like, well, gotta drag you off into the woods now. You're going into the woods. Why am I kidnapping you? I'm the police. That's what we do. It's more buck wild than the X-Files game and pulling your gun on Skinner. It was kind of like that. It's kind of like that. Very funny that you can pull your gun on Skinner in that game. How can I locate James Ritchie's airplane?
Brass has access to civil aviation records. I'll bet he can track down where it's hangared.
Okay, I mean, he said 150 people, so he was probably in a commercial flight, right? Hey, do you recognize this lighter?
Yes, of course. Kind of a keepsake I misplaced. Thanks for finding it.
Yeah, no problem.
I can't tell you anything else right now.
That's fine. I don't know that I had anything else I really wanted to know. I don't really want to know a whole lot of things.
Yeah? What do you need, guys?
Was James Ritchie on flight 157 from Chicago?
Give me a second. Airline manifest confirms Ritchie was on that flight. Got in at 12:12.
Okay, does that mean he didn't do it, or does that mean he definitely did it? Why did I click this guy and it just saved? It didn't do anything else, it just... It saved.
What's up?
Morning or night. I imagine he was talking military time, so... I don't know. I mean, who knows?
Brass has access to civil aviation.
Yeah, I already did that. Wonder what I should do now. Let me search the knee print. Dang it, no knee print found. I guess I'll go back to the business guy. I don't know what else
I
to
have
do.
nothing else to tell you for the time being. I have nothing else to tell you for the time being.
I still haven't written anything on this beautiful notepad here. Alright, well, we're at the click around until we figure out what we're missing point of the quest.
I can't tell you anything else right now.
Let's look for some other clues. Ah! Ah! Glass shards outside. I did look at the ground there, but there's no glass shards here. I can't click on those shards anymore. There's the broken window. Yeah, I just don't see any clues. There's the glass. Oh, aha!
Jason says let the evidence tell
Thank
the
you.
story. So, if this window was broken from here,
There's one
why so
pixel
many
I
shards
was missing.
outside?
I was missing a little pixel.
Try using a similar tool.
Let's grab it. Evidence has been added. We did it. We successfully crime scened and investigated said scene.
What's up?
I have. Oh yeah! Oh my God! I got a whole bunch of stuff. Sorry.
Judging by the radial fractures and hackle marks, you've got a window broken in with a great deal of force. Funny peculiar, I mean, erosion patterns suggest the outside of the window is traveling away from the source of impact.
Fancy way of saying that window was broken from the inside.
Yeah, I knew it. It's an inside job. How about the burnt rag?
What we have here is a rag containing the delicate bouquet of fuel oil number 1 family, an accelerant. But it's a popular rag with lots of other party guests, dirt, grease, and a turbine oil used only in commercial aviation. Strong possibility that our fuel oil number 1 accelerant was jet fuel. And one more tasty tidbit for you, that rag's made of cotton fiber. And I'm not talking an old t-shirt here. It's exotic, one of 2 of almost 700 known cotton germplasms, one of which can only be found in Guatemala, while the other is native to northern regions of Ecuador.
Oh, okay. Nice. That sounds very specific. Thank you.
Do I have to tell you it's a lighter? And that it once contained lighter fluid?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Traces of accelerant. What you have here is lighter fluid. That's wine bottle glass. I could have told you that back in my college days. What I couldn't have told you is the chemical composition is very similar to glass used in bottle factories, South American bottle factories. And I found traces of an accelerant from the fuel oil number 1 family to boot.
Okay.
Rag, jet fuel, and a broken bottle. One Molotov cocktail coming right up. Or that is, apart. Now that I've compared it to the earlier sample, I can say without question, it was aviation jet fuel.
What? Jet fuel? What the heck? Hey, what do you think about Richie's rap sheet?
I've done everything I can think of with that.
Okay.
Nothing unusual about the threads in this rag.
These are a match.
The details just don't line up, though I can see what you were getting at. Be a little more sure before you pull me in to confirm your work.
Can you see what I was getting at? Because I don't see what I was getting at. Let's see if
Need
this
something?
evidence lets me talk to brass and all now. Do you own any aircrafts?
Well, strange as it may seem, considering my business, I don't. My obsession is sailing. You've probably already learned that Gray has a pilot's license. I think I remember hearing he keeps a plane here in town.
A plane here in town.
I have nothing else to tell you for the time being.
All right, let's ask him about this ding-dang plane. Why are you hiding information about planes?
I can't tell you anything else right now.
Okay, never mind. My bad.
What's up?
Does Jason Gray own an aeroplane?
We'll just check civil aviation records and see.
Finally.
Corporate Learjet Tango 146, registered to his company.
Wish I could
Last
just look
place
it
it
up
was
on my own
hangared was
computer.
Henderson Executive Airport. See if it's still there.
All right, you got it. Going to the airport, baby. Well, we are halfway through the stream. We're halfway through the stream. We've got 2 birthdays to celebrate today. 2 birthdays. First up, it's... There we go. Kaylin, happy birthday, Kaylin. Let's see what the machine's got to say to Kaylin. Oh, condolences, Kaylin. I don't know what for, but birthday machine wants you to know. Condolences. The date has been calculated. Let's fill out your birth fate card. What is your luck number for the year? Could be one of an assortment of numbers. 332. How about your letter? It's like a little sneaky face. Look at that face. Sneaking about. How's the weather? Very odd. Very strange weather. Any of this hatch an egg? No. Birthday machine has written a joke. Just for you, here's your joke, Kaylin. Ding bang! Who? Nice vulture. Nice vulture? Who? Nice vulture, the injustice of corporate culture and a never-ending cycle of hope and loss. Birthday machine has looked to the stars to determine that your friend constellation is the defiant angelfish. Enemy star, Kappa Norma, number 7601. Has there been a cosmic event? Let's look at the data. Let's look at the charts. No. Gather round, everyone. It's time to sing. To who? Kalen, of course. Join me if you can. Let us find for wish, Kalen. Happy birthday to Kalen. The eggs are too many. Too much love for Kalen. Birthday greetings, you, Kalen. No escape from our Kalen. Don't worry of danger, the wind on your sails. Beautiful. Finally, we have a one-of-a-kind work of art created by the machine just for you, Kalen. Here it is, your one-of-a-kind work of art. How mysterious. How enchanting. What a beautiful piece. Unbelievable. Well, happy birthday, Kalen. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday. And many more. All right, we got one last birthday to celebrate today. It's Murimer's birthday. Happy birthday, Murimer. Let's see what the machine's got to say to Murimer. You okay? I think birthday machine's having some problems. Date has been calculated. Let's fill out your birth fate card. What is your luck number for the year? Could be one of an assortment of numbers. My goodness. 42,158. That's a big number. How about your letter? There's something about this letter that unsettles me. There's something about it that makes me feel danger. I don't know. How's the weather? Sharks under the hot sun. Any of this hatch an egg? No. I got a cake recipe. Birthday machine has calculated the perfect cake just for you, Murimer. Here's your cake. Ingredients. First of all, you start with 19 kilograms of pizza crust mix. It's going to be a very chewy cake, but that's not a bad thing. 4 tablespoons chocolate extract, 5 kilograms pecans, 5 fake jewels. Directions. How does this turn into a cake? It's going to be... It's more like a chocolate flavored pizza crust topped with pecans and beautiful gemstones. Wash and prune ingredients. Griddle. This is the cake part. Is it? For 189 days. At 821 Fahrenheit. Don't eat it. Ta-da! Let me know how that turns out. Birthday machine has looked to the stars, determined that your friend constellation is the talented macaw. Enemy star, row, Phoenix, number 5976. Has there been a cosmic event? Let's look at the data. I'm getting nothing from the data. Let's look at the charts. Nope. Gather round, everyone. It is time to sing. To who? Murimer, of course. Join me, if you can. Birthday magic for Murimer. Birthday greetings to Murimer. We lie to the demons, the friend known as Murmur. Birthday means something, Murmur. Sip a cup of juice, Murmur. Wait, why would you say that? It thrives in the light. Certainly does. Finally, we have a one-of-a-kind work of art created by the machine just for you, Murmur. Here it is, your one-of-a-kind work of art. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good art, classic art, beautiful art. Happy birthday, Murmur. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday. And many more. Now back to Moida. It's Moiderin time. GP does. Thank you for the 5 Canadian. Got my letter today. Thank you. When's the next rainy day letter writing stream? I have no idea. I haven't been able to do them. I've been too busy with Kickstarter package stuff. So I just haven't had the time. But once I do, I'll start them up again. All the packages will be shipped out by the end of this month. So maybe next month. Alright. Had my ghost drawing today. The lines were very gray and very thick like a marker. Call what you used to cause that pen effect. Oh, I'd need to see it to know. It was probably one of my just broad nib pens. Yeah, fountain pen nibs come in a variety of sizes. I do have some very broad ones. But it also could have been a... I have some dip pens. Some glass dip pens that I smoothed out a little bit too much to the point where they're extremely broad now. They work well in the ghost drawing paper, but there's a lot of paper that it just puts too much ink on. You just make the paper wet. You just ruin paper by using them. Aha, clue.
Looks like our high-flying exec wasn't exactly candid with us about the state of his corporate affairs. We have a man seriously behind schedule here, facing a loss of a cool $1.5 million. That's what we CSIs call a motive.
Yoink this. Evidence added. But yeah, if you post an image of your ghost drawing, I should be able to tell from the clues. Should be able to tell from the clues.
They're locked. Guess we won't be getting in there.
What pen it was that I used. Should be able to tell from the clues. Aha! A rag.
Not really. Not right now.
What?
Not really. Not right now.
What?
Not really. Not right now.
What not really? Not right now.
Not really. Not right now.
What is this a reference to? Okay.
Tango 146. Gray's playing all right.
Yeah, I knew it. It was a ding-jang inside job. That's the first thing I said. My snap judgment is always correct. It's always right. Posted in the Discord. Alright, let me do some CSIing on my own. I'm gonna do some CSI Miami stuff right here. Let's see. Aha! Here it is. Here's the ghost drawing in question. This was done with a Sailor Zoom nib. A Sailor Zoom nib. So the Zoom nibs can actually draw in a variety of thickness, but their thickest angle is extremely thick. It's unbelievably thick. And this is the Zoom nib. Sailor Zoom nib. As for the ink, I forget what ink I was using, but this is definitely one of the Sailor, I only put Sailor inks in my Sailor pens. And this one has a lot of shading. So I think this is one of the Sailor Workshop inks. They go by numbers. They go by numbers, but I don't know what number this is. You know what? It might not be one of the numbers. It might be one of the Monyo inks. I don't know. It's a Sailor ink with a Sailor Zoom nib. So yeah, if you're looking for that kind of thickness with a fountain pen, you should go with either a double broad or a Zoom nib. Sailor's my favorite fountain pen company.
Not really. Not right now.
Make great stuff.
Gray made a fuel purchase not long ago from the international airport in Quito, Ecuador.
Quito. Evidence added. Let's go bust this guy. Let's go bust him. Let's go bust this son of a gun. I'm ready to bust some guy. Oh wait, I should go to the crime lab first. To match the rags.
So our hot case is heating up, and you need the Sanders touch. Without me, it's all guesswork, right? And Grissom just hates hunches.
You know what else Grissom hates? Slow lab work.
Alright. Where's the other rag we got? Let's match these rags. Match found.
Hanger rag and the fragment from Gray's home share the same rare cotton germplasm. Species is definitely of Ecuadorian origin.
Alright, we got him. Let's bust this guy. I'm gonna bust this guy so much. Hey, I'm here to bust you.
I can't tell you anything else right now.
What? I can't bust this guy? What in the world? I can't believe I can't bust him.
Not really. Not right now.
Why can't I bust this guy? Oh, God. Let's go to brass. Maybe brass can help.
You guys are moving fast on this arson case. Got a new lead?
Yeah, I can we bring Jason Gray in for an interrogation?
Guy torched his own house, huh? Well, let's bring him in for a chat.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just burning to confess.
Shut up.
Mr. Gray, I think you know why you're here. We've gathered considerable evidence indicating that you lied to us about the fire at your home.
Cooperate. Make it easier on us, we'll make it easier on you.
I've told you everything I can think of. No intention on my part to be deceptive.
Why was broken glass found outside your office window?
I don't know anything about that. I'm the victim here, you know?
A likely story. Have you recently bought any wine from South America?
Sometimes I purchase wine when I'm down there. There's a fine local winery. So what? What am I being accused of? Drinking and driving?
No. What? No. Do you have access to jet fuel?
Are you joking? Of course I do. I own a plane and I'm active in the aviation industry. Jet fuel's good for killing weeds. Always keep a little in my back shed.
Nice. What can you tell us about the rag we found in the hangar?
I have a bunch of those rags. I don't know where I picked them up. There must be thousands of rags like that in Nevada.
No. Are you falling behind on your contract?
What business is that of yours? My office is a charred ruin. I lose most of my key records and you're nosing into my clients?
We have all the evidence we need to make an arrest, Mr. Gray.
Whoa.
I just wanted to give you an opportunity to make it easy for both of us. We can do this the hard way.
Yeah, let's do it the hard way.
I guess you're right. What's the use? You got the goods on me. You're right.
Yay.
I was way behind on that contract, looking right into the face of financial ruin. It had been building up over the last few weeks. The pressure.
I felt
The
that.
spur of the moment. An impulse.
Kill Robert
I grabbed a
Benford.
rag and that bottle of jet fuel in the shed and smashed it on my office floor. You know, to suggest somebody pitched a Molotov cocktail.
Why would you do this?
I added fuel to the fire, literally. Emptying my lighter on the desk, making sure to douse some letters on top, including one from James Ritchie. I put it out with the fire
Yeah, but why?
extinguisher
What
I
is?
brought
How
with
does
me
this
from the
help you
shed.
with your business problems?
Then it occurred to me, I ought to make it look more like a break-in, so I busted out a window in the office. But even as I was doing it, I saw the pieces of glass tumbling onto the ground outside and realized I'd screwed up. So I went out and tossed them back in. That's everything, I think.
After all that lying, don't you feel better now?
Mr. Gray, we didn't secure your shed because it wasn't part of the original crime scene. Could we have your permission to check it now? To confirm your story?
You need me to do that?
He just
Judge would
confessed.
give us a warrant easy enough, but you letting us skip that step would be another gold star in your cooperation.
Why do we
column.
need more evidence? He
That's what I'm
confessed.
trying to do. Cooperate. Go ahead. My house is your house.
Wait, why is this why do we continue? Why is this case continuing? Do we not believe this guy? I don't understand why we're still investigating this. What the heck? Why do I need... Okay. Let's go to his shed, I guess.
Gray's story sounds way too strange.
Does it?
Let's check this area for collaborating evidence just to be safe.
Okay, no, I guess that wasn't the case. I thought we had solved it. You know what? My bad. I guess I heard what I wanted to hear. Apparently that's not the case. Apparently there's more to this story.
Not really. Not right now.
Why would you talk to me? Jessica. I don't know what her name is.
Make sure you check the handle for prints before you touch it.
Now you'll talk to me when I make a mistake.
Fingerprints are mostly moisture. They evaporate pretty quick in the dry air around here. Means these prints are recent. But looks like we've got 2 overlapping sets of recent prints. If one belongs to Gray, the computer may be able to separate them in the lab.
Okay. That's good.
Yuck, that's nasty. Definitely smells like gasoline.
Yucky. Ew. Ew, gross. Ugh. Oh, hey, feet. We gotta get the other guy over here. He's gonna love this. He always tells me, yeah, you got any feet clues? You send them to me.
This looks like a deep impression, so it may be recent. Try using a similar tool.
Yeah, wrong one.
Pretty slick job of casting there. Are you sure you aren't a pro at this?
I went to school for foot casting. Let's see, what clues do we get here?
We can't use that here.
Alright, do I need, fingerprints maybe? Maybe the guy just has a nervous tick where he gives elaborate confessions that aren't true. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I don't know what this guy's deal is. I mean, that does happen. People give confessions that aren't true all the time. So maybe this is one of those cases. Maybe I police bullied him. Maybe he's innocent, but I police bullied him.
We can't use that here.
What am I supposed to do here? I probably have to collect some of the some of this stuff. There we go. I got my swab. Remember Magical Realm of Horseman getting a pitch for a show? I think it would have actually been able to last a full season. Yeah, I had 30 episodes planned out. They made me plot out 30 episodes to pitch it.
Gray's confession is holding up. These are obviously the wine bottles. Ecuadorian vintage, too.
Save successful. Yeah, that's great. Yoink it. Took his wine. Anything else? How could I prove Gray had access to the Molotov cocktail in his own shed?
In the shed, I saw some nails. Perhaps there's some trace evidence we overlooked.
How can I find out who was at the shed that this guy owned?
You found 2 sets of prints on Gray's shed door handle. We should try to find out who that other person was.
Yeah, okay. I mean, look at the... You say there was nails? What are you talking about? Yeah, I just need to bring the wine bottle to the lab. 30 is crazy.
What do you want to bet this
here's
thread
the
matches the
nails.
rag in the house and the ones from the hangar?
Yeah, probably. Let me yoink this real quick. My little tweezers. All right, I'm heading out. I've been able to finish more series recently, like in recent years, so I think people have a better understanding of like the pre-planning that goes into different projects of mine. But the Magical Realm of Horseman was actually like a pretty complicated sci-fi story. A lot of twists and turns. For instance, you never once throughout the 2 episodes that I did see Horseman's Magical Realm. You never see Horseman's Magical Realm in the first two YouTube episodes. You just assume that you're in the realm, but you're not. Yeah, lab.
Is it my charisma that keeps you coming back for more, or just my brilliant intellect?
Can I assassinate this guy? Here's a wine bottle.
Can't think of much more to tell you about that.
Whatever. Where's the, oh, here it is.
Once again, we have our same rare cotton germplasm. Hey, keep bringing me these samples. It's not going to be so rare.
A whoop a whoop a boo.
We're not learning much about this thread under the microscope. But there does appear to be some similarities to the other sample.
Match found. Oh yeah, I have shed gas.
And survey says we have a match. Same jet fuel used in Jason Gray's little indoor bonfire. Exact same composition.
Nice. We got the evidence we need. Here's a foot. Start Shogun tonight, finally. That's a great show. I think you're gonna like it. I was thinking when I was watching it, I bet Robert would like this show. I think you'll like it, Robert. Alright, we got one new fingerprint.
We separated our twins, and both have survived. We've got 2 sets of prints now.
2 sets of prints. Mamma mia. Yeah, where are they? Where's the...
These don't match. It's all about the little things, tiny different.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, where's the, Oh, here they are. I had to leave and come back. Shed print number 1. Let's see. Yeah, let's search for 1 first. Got some results. Jason Gray, huh?
Yep, these are Gray's prints. They were entered in the system earlier.
Nice. What about the second pair then? Oh, you got some results here. Stan Glynns.
Stan Gins?
Gins, sorry.
Wonder if Gray can tell us why he's got a drug dealer in his backyard.
Is that who that is? Yeah, why do you have drug guy backyard? I mean, he's probably buying drugs. I don't know. If I had to guess. They really have a foot database.
So much for Gray being Mr. Cooperation. Prints from an 11.5 boot. About 2 sizes bigger than his feet.
Hey, who do you know with feet this big? 11.5. It's not that big. Let's search.
Okay, shoe print came from a size 9 runner, which matches Gray's size.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I have strong shoe size opinions. Got strong shoe size opinions. Yeah, let me go talk with Gray again. Why are you lying to me, Gray? Really, I wish you could just tell me the answer at the beginning. You could just tell me right away.
Tell me Gray's confession checks out.
Can we bring in Jason again?
Yeah, see what he's got to say for himself.
Hey, who's Stan?
Am I supposed to know?
I think you do, and we're gonna prove it.
I can't tell you anything else right now.
Alright, let's bring Stan in then.
What's up?
Hey, could you bring me Stan?
Good call. Maybe he can tell us why Mr. Gray's confessing and lying at the same time.
Mr. Gins, there was a fire at the home of Jason
Look
Gray.
at this guy.
You've been brought in for questioning on the matter.
What is your relationship with Mr. Gray? A likely story?
We've done some business. What kind of business? That's between me and my client. But I don't know from fires, okay?
That doesn't sound suspicious at all. Let's move on. Where were you during the time of the arson?
Out and about. Little walk around the neighborhood. That's still legal, right?
No, it is not. you've just confessed to the crime of loitering about, of faffing around, of being a little bit of a scamp about town. Have you been in Gray's backyard recently?
Why would I have been?
I don't know. Maybe you wanted to smoke a e-cigarette. What size are your shoes?
Well, I own a pair 11.5 feet. You do the math.
11.5, maybe?
I got nothing to say right now.
All right, well, I'm going to go
Need something?
and bring Jason
see
back
what he's
in.
got to say for himself.
You've been lying to us.
You see, Mr. Gray, when somebody confesses, trying to help and all, but mixes in a lot of bull, well, we get frustrated. And me personally, I get cranky when I get frustrated.
This guy gets
But
real
we're willing
cranked
to
up.
give you a chance to put us in a better mood. So let's play truth or dare. Just leave out the dare part.
You know, leave out the dare part. Anyone else remember dare? Do they still do dare? This is an anti-drug thing. You would go... There would be like, at my school, we had a school resource officer. It's a police officer who stayed at the school the whole time. And he would run these dare classes. And so we would go in to this room and he would tell us about how drugs are bad for you. Dare to not do drugs. I don't remember what DARE stands for, but... And I don't really remember what they told us about drugs either. I don't remember what they told us about drugs, but I assume it was that they were bad and you shouldn't do them. I guess it worked on me. I don't do drugs. I never have. But I don't feel like it was because of DARE specifically. Anyone else here do DARE stuff? DARE still exists, but it was defunded. Dare to resist drugs and violence. Wow, I didn't know. Violence was part of it. Drug abuse resistance education. An American education program that tried to prevent the use of controlled drugs, membership in gangs, and violent behavior. Wow. Use of children as informants. Circa 2004, children were asked to submit DARE police officer sensitive written questionnaires that can easily refer to the kids' homes. But a DARE lesson was called the 3 R's: recognize, resist, and report. Encouraging children to tell friends, teachers, or police if they find drugs at home. Oh, God. Well, I never reported anyone. Let me see. I'm looking for something. It's important. Don't. If I can find this. I mean. Aha. I found it. I found it. Trust me, it's gonna be worth it. They still have a DARE mascot named Darren the Lion. Darren the Lion, you say? Alright, so I, is... well, a little embarrassing, but I did a video in high school, and the school's resource officer makes an appearance. So there's a award ceremony or something that I did an intro video for, and at some point one of the students is trying to get a tape to the assembly. That's the idea. And this song is definitely gonna be flanked, but
And wouldn't you know it, her engine catches on fire.
yeah. Oh no! But then the resource officer shows up.
We got a little fire here.
There he is.
Miss, you can't park here. What's the matter? You got a fire?
Yeah, but officer, I need to get this tape into the shared service network PSA Awards contest immediately.
Well, why didn't you say so? Come on, I'll take you right now. Let's go.
And then they both walk up on stage. They both walk up on stage with the tape at the end of the video. Sorry, I forgot everything about this video. I'm scrolling through the rest of the video. Sorry. She's looking for the tape in the TV Productions room, and I put a dolphin here for some reason. I put a dolphin here for some reason. And then she's like going through the desert or whatever. It's not a raft in the rain. looking for this tape. It's on the moon. That's an Indiana Jones sort of thing. Look at this great CG. Oh no, oh yeah, it's a happy face though for some reason. I don't know. It's not a great bit. Wasn't a good video, but you know, let me tell you, it killed at that PSA award ceremony or whatever. You see the dolphin again? Yeah, you can see the dolphin again. Here's the dolphin one more time. It's good stuff. Good stuff. It's good. Echo, it's Echo the dolphin. Alright, let's continue this game. Oh, Mr. Croup, thank you for the $10. In my school, they had a DARE presentation. A part I found funny is they had to go out of their way to explain that their mascot is not a chicken. It's a rooster. And roosters are cool. Roosters are pretty cool, you know? Roosters are nice. Jetpack, thank you for the 249 euros. Thank you for showing us the dolphins, Jason. You're welcome. I'm looking through the video real quick. 1 second. Okay. All right, I'm gonna just looking through. I gotta play the whole video for you. Why not? Let's play this video. Let's play the whole video. Early Jason video, very early, extremely early Jason video. It's a little bit cringy, just a little bit. All right, here we go. So there's a award ceremony for these PSAs. People were asked to make PSAs for something, and they submitted their PSAs, and there was an award ceremony for the best PSAs. I don't even remember what the PSAs were for exactly, but I was asked to do an introduction video, and the idea is they're like, all right, let's play the tape, but they can't find the tape, and then this video starts playing where they're looking, she's looking for the tape.
Excuse me, you. Do you know where the tape is?
I don't have the tape. Do you have the tape?
The tape for the show? Yes, the tape.
We need that tape right badly. We gotta find that tape.
I know.
These people can't wait any longer. Go.
Oh, okay, thank you. Excuse me, miss. Do you know where the tape is?
No, what tape are you talking about?
The tape for the show!
I wonder what all these people are up to. Each and every one of these people, great people.
And so off she went, on a quest to find the missing tape.
It's the dolphin
She
talking.
traveled by land through the mighty deserts of Boca Raton.
It's a little Florida joke.
She traveled by sea through the great waters of Jensen Beach.
Can you imagine going to like a high school award ceremony? This just gets played.
And she traveled by air in a plane she purchased from one of the many military surplus stores in southern Florida. And so off she sped, not knowing what adventures lay ahead. Traveling from country to country, continent to continent, Jessica searched high and low for the tape, but with little success. Just when she thought her search was in vain and was ready to give up, she remembered one place she hadn't looked yet.
That's
right. She had yet to check the moon.
Classic teen Jason joke. There's no way the tape is there. Well, guess what, Robert? You're wrong. My God, there it is. Oh no.
Low prices every day.
Oh, that's why it's a happy face. I forgot. It's specifically the Walmart happy face. Oh, there she goes.
What a bad run of luck for Jessica, having run into the giant Walmart happy face. She contemplated her journey, tried to bring in the day's events, and take a moment to make peace with the earth and the universe. Rolling back those prices. Or maybe she would forget making peace with the universe and get out of there as quickly as possible. After all, she's got a tape to deliver, and she's not gonna let some giant corporate mascot stop her after she's come so far. And wouldn't you know it, her engine catches on fire.
I lost this car in Hurricane Katrina, by the way. Hurricane Katrina destroyed this car.
No, we got a little fire here.
Oh, there he is.
Miss, you can't park here. What's the matter? You got a fire?
Yeah, but officer, I need to get this tape into the shared service network DSA Awards contest immediately.
Well, why didn't you say so? Come on, I'll take you right now. Let's go.
There you go. And then they both walked up on stage and delivered the tape. The end. Oh, God. Well, there you go. Lost FilmCow video. Or is that tape now? I have no idea. This is in the days before, like, there were easy ways to take video footage and put it on a computer. Like, this is... I think that there was exactly one commercial capture device. Exactly one. There was literally one. Like, there was a bunch of professional stuff, but... in terms of like commercial products and stuff, there was literally just one of them. Was it Dazzle? It was Dazzle. Yeah, it was Dazzle, and that's what I used, baby. I used the Dazzle. I don't think about this very often, but it's very funny imagining, like, thinking about teen me. Whenever I think about teen me, I don't necessarily think of myself speaking in that voice, but I definitely did. So, like, just imagine my teen self in class. Hello, I'm Jason Steele. Glad to be in your class today. Hey, who is Stan?
Yeah, name rings a bell. Think maybe he lives in my neighborhood. Don't get to know your neighbors like in the old days.
Maybe you need a distinguishing characteristic of Mr. Gins to jog your memory. Like his being a convicted drug dealer, for instance?
And Mr. Gins is trying to be cooperative, too. He started by telling us you're one of his clients.
Why were Gins's fingerprints on your shed?
Well, like I said, he's a neighbor. I think he might have borrowed my mower or... Look, I really didn't want to have to get into this.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm going to level with you, really cooperate.
Really?
But just remember, what I'm about to share with you could get me in hot water.
With the police, maybe?
I have a drug problem. A way out of hand drug problem.
You should really have
a
solicitor
why my business
here.
has gone to pot, so to speak. Stan Gins is my supplier. Lately, Gins had been showing up at strange hours, and he'd bring his low-life friends along. Partying at my place. It's just sickening.
What?
On the night of the fire, I made a decision. No more associating with scumbags like Stan Gens. So I fired him. He didn't
Fired
take it
your
very
drug
well.
dealer?
He was really PO'd.
It's not
bent
how
out
any
of
of this
shape.
works.
Plus, I'm sure he was high at the time, which didn't help.
Your drug dealer doesn't just come
While I was
over.
in my office, Gins must have gone to my
Party
shed,
at your
looking
place.
to see what kind of grief he could give me. There was a knock at the door, and I opened it. And damn if it wasn't Gins, glaring at me, brandishing a blazing Molotov cocktail he'd thrown together. He was out of control. He threw the bottle, smashed my window to fan the flames, and took off.
None of this makes any
I
sense.
ran out to my shed and grabbed the fire extinguisher, but then the wheels started turning. I could make the best of this bad situation if I rigged the scene to implicate Richie. I didn't want my drug problem exposed, and at the same time, I knew that if I implicated Gins, he'd kill me for sure. I'd be protecting myself and taking a competitor down with me at the same time. After the fire
It's all
was
very
out,
bad
I cleaned
thinking.
up the broken window, knowing I needed to make it look like a break-in to hide what had really happened. I tried to get all the bits of glass I could find and brush the dirt off before tossing them back into the office. And that's the whole sad, stupid, but true story. I tried to save my reputation.
Now I know it's
How am I
true.
doing so far?
Well, both you and Gins will be going away all right. And you do have something in common. Neither one of you can hold on to his clients.
We should have another chat with our friendly neighborhood drug dealer.
I cannot believe how bad it. Not implicating themselves. Both of these people are.
Need something?
Yeah, let me talk to Stan again.
Yeah, see what he's got to say for himself.
Has anyone here ever? Okay, nod once for yes. In the privacy of your own home. Anyone here ever illegally purchased drugs from a drug dealer? The answer for me is yes, but it's beyond the statute of limitations, so it's no problem. it's no problem. Not for myself. It was for someone else, but and that someone else is Scuffy, and it was weed. Before it was illegal in Florida under medical stuff. But let me tell you, that dealer is not just going to come over. What relationship would you have with your drug dealer where they would just show up at your house and throw a party? This doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. The dealer in question was a college student that a friend of a friend knew, who was funding his college education by selling weed. Got to his apartment, and he'd come out in the lot, and he'd chat for a while. A little too long, honestly. It's just slightly too long. And hand it over through the window. Well, it wasn't even particularly dramatic or anything. You just talk about his classes or whatever. You wouldn't show up to our house. I mean, I'm sure we could have paid him to show up to the house if we didn't want to drive, but it's more money. You know anything about the arson at Gray's home?
Listen, you play with drugs, you get high. Play with fire, you get burned.
Play with
no percentage in the latter.
Drugs, you get high. Did you visit Gray before the fire started?
Hey, I said I was out catching some air. I may have walked by his house, but that's all.
You know, Gray might have covered for you once upon a time. But you try to burn somebody's house down, and the loyalty gets strained.
Going off on a good customer like that? You got a hot temper, Mr. Gins.
Go to hell. I've got plenty of customers, but he torqued me off. Guy thinks he's better than me. He said my friends were scum.
Imagine that.
I should have torched him, not his crib. Smart mouth looking down on me. And him, a degenerate.
Your lawyer wants to know. These are all great things
Thank you,
to say.
Mr. Gins. That's what we call a confession around our little store. And you know how nice it is having another satisfied customer? Looks like a solid arson case against Gins. As for the high-flying Mr. Gray, he'll come down to earth with obstruction of justice, arson, and insurance fraud charges. By the way, trainee, nice work out there. But take some time to throw back a cold one after work and relax. This job can be hell on your
I like the way you're
personal
saying this.
life. Now, go see Grissom. He wants to see you.
I don't like the way you're saying any of
Sounds
this
like you
stuff.
showed some good instinct out there. But before you let it go to your head, let's take a closer look at how you did.
I actually don't think I bought drugs, shockingly, and if I did, it was just Adderall. Yeah, you don't really seem like a drug deal kind of guy. You seem like the sort of person who could end up in a drug deal unknowingly. Like you find yourself in a drug deal, not knowing that's what it was gonna be. Alright, we got 90%. Alright. Cool. Wait. Got some art. Nice. Alright, well, we're at the end of the stream. Let me make sure this is saved. That has happened. Yeah, I can believe that. Whoa. Whoa. It's the big city. I don't know which one. Vegas, I guess.
Patrol Officer James Garvey has been murdered. As a new CSI, this is your first cop killing. Unfortunately, it's probably not your last. Work fast and careful. Tropicana Avenue, go.
That's where they make the orange juice. It was the orange juice company that killed him.
Apparently, Officer Garvey stopped to help a stranded motorist. Or someone pretending to be.
To serve and protect. And sometimes, this is the reward. We'll never have more important work to do than this. Hey, before we get started...
He was just doing some serving and
myself.
protecting, and
I'm Nick Stokes.
some son of a gun came and took him out.
So let's work quick to nail this creep.
Alright, well, I believe our game should be saved.
The body and the patrol car aren't going to be here much longer, so we need to check them both. Like Chris said, fast, but careful.
Alright, yeah, we seem to be saved. CSI. 50,000 plus free blocks. Wonderful. Special thanks to the FilmCow Patreon supporters. Greatly appreciate the support. These are all separate cases. They have one big connection. I don't think they have a connection, but I don't know. This is just my third case, so who knows? They certainly don't seem to have any kind of connection. I do think they're all separate. Did the Supreme Court say cops don't actually have to serve or protect? They did say this, yes. Be back tomorrow. Not sure what I'm playing. Supreme Court said all sorts of stuff. There was a guy who was accidentally sent off to a Ecuadorian prison through a clerical error, kidnapped and sent to an Ecuadorian prison, and a judge put out an order saying that they need to bring him back. And the Supreme Court just ruled, no, they don't. They do not. They struck down the order. They were like, you do not have the right to say that this guy needs to come back. The dissent, which one of the conservative Supreme Court members actually joined the dissent, but it wasn't enough. The dissent was essentially like, we're on a precipice. The United States government should not be allowed to just send people willy-nilly to Ecuadorian prisons without due process. and the other 5 judges were like, what is process? Words mean many things. Yeah, it's not great. Not great out there. Happened to me, and it's not that bad. I'm glad to hear it's not that bad. I saw some videos and stuff where the heads are shaved and they're put in pretty terrifying conditions, but you know, I haven't been there myself, so I'm quite glad to have the inside scoop. Yeah, it kind of looked a lot like the concentration camp photos from the Jewish Holocaust, but but no, apparently it's no problem. Made some cool friends. That's the nice thing about life. Sometimes you end up in the worst situations, but still, friendship is forever. You see the stock market stuff today? There was a guy with a verified Twitter account, which means, you know, he just paid for the Twitter verification badge, who posted a fake news story about, like, an actual fake story, not fake news in the Trump context. An actual false news story that the Trump administration was planning on doing a 90-day stall on the tariffs. And the stock market jumped up at this. Because this tweet, this entirely fake tweet, for some reason got picked up by like Reuters and a bunch of legitimate news sources. A bunch of real news sources picked this up for some reason. And the stock market really took off. It really jolted upwards. And the White House then put out a statement saying, no, we're absolutely not doing that. In fact, we might even do even more tariffs. And the stock market crashed again. So it was some ups, some downs. So some ups and some downs today. GP, thank you for the 2 Canadian. Thanks again for the viewer letter. Love it. Glad you liked the letter. Thanks for watching that stream. Let me see. Is it good when the stock market does this? Is it good when it makes this this downward turn all of a sudden? I don't know much about stocks. Is that a good thing? Now is the time to buy. Oh, there's a lot of people saying this. Now's the time. Hey, buy the dips, you know. Buy low, sell high. It's not going to go even more down. Buy low, sell high. Who can really say what lines mean or do? Nobody knows what a line is. Well, I look forward to following... Oh yeah, balloon chess. I said I would talk about it again at the end of the stream. My brother's working on a game. My brother's working on a video game. It's called Balloon Chess. You can wishlist it on Steam. Balloon Chess, baby. Balloon Chess stocks are up. They're up. It's a roguelite with chess that are balloon pieces. I mean, chess pieces that are balloons. Game's not out yet, but it's in development. You can wishlist it on Steam right now. Let him know Mr. Chess has added it to his wishlist. Mr. Chess himself, Robert Benford, has added it to his wishlist. If you've ever wanted to follow in the footsteps of Robert Benford, there's no greater time to start than now. Chess pieces have googly eyes and sold. It's one of the #1 features. But yeah, it looks like a pretty fun game. I've been amazed at how very quickly he's been developing this. Like, he sent me a text that was like, I'm gonna learn how to make games. I was like, nice. I've had that bug myself. And he's very good at programming, though. And so very, very rapidly an actual game started forming. Like, his real-life job involves programming. And so I'm not super surprised that he's been able to pull this off. But I think the Pope would enjoy the balloon chess. I should write to the Pope about it. That could be some good marketing if the Pope gets involved. Alvazar, thank you for the $2. World chess master and cult leader Robert Benford. That's the one. It's funny. Every time anyone makes a joke involving Robert, I think this could be an audio play. Robert Benford is a chess master. It could be an audio play. Send the Pope a copy of Balloon Chess. Yeah, when the game comes out, I'll ask for a Steam key from Josh and send it to the Pope. Elon Musk played the new League of Path of Exile 2 to prove he's a real gamer. Died on the tutorial boss and ended the stream immediately. Yeah. The thing is, I feel like people really wanted to like Elon Musk. I feel like he was in the prime position to just have people around the world wanting and succeeding in liking him. He just has to have a little bit of chill, you know, but he has none of that. And he's a guy who more than anything else in the entire world wants to be liked has managed to put himself in multiple positions where he's one of the most hated people on the planet for good reason. It's like he's gotten some sort of a Greek curse. It's just reaching for those grapes and they're pulling away. He's a goofball. He's a big goofball. Hey, did you see that big candle? You see that big candle? He did a gamer stream where he had a huge candle. I don't really understand the bit, but it was a bit. It's like, all right, let's have a huge candle. It's much bigger than you're imagining. It's like bigger than he is. He just has this giant candle. The thing is, if he would stream him doing video games and he was bad at it, but he like ran with it, I think people would be on board with that. I think it would be fine. People love that stuff. People would love to see a rich guy be bad at video games. Don't get why he does all this video game pride but never tries to dedicate himself to actually playing them well. That's the thing. I think he actually has, like, there was a tweet once about how being that wealthy cognitively is the equivalent of like getting kicked in the head by a horse every day. And I think that that's true to some extent. Like, I do genuinely think that he honestly believes that he is a truly great game player. Just naturally. Just naturally, and that he doesn't actually need to put the time into it. He'll just play the game and be good at it because of his intelligence. And I think that he probably does have, like, in terms of like brain power or whatever, like, I'm sure he has like plenty to work with, but you do actually have to put the time into learning things. And at some point he decided he didn't need to do that anymore. At some point he decided he's just someone who's smart. So no more needing to work at it. And that's where you lose it. One of the most important things that you can do to be a more intelligent person, and anyone can do this, is train yourself to stop and consider whether you're wrong about things. This happens with me all the time on this stream, where like someone will will tell me something. Someone will give me the answer to something that I'm getting wrong in a game, and I'll be in a very grumpy mood, and I'll start going off about how that obviously can't be the case. It's like you have to be wrong. I tried that already. And I will be wrong. And there's always a point. There's always a point where, like, I realize, oh no, wait, I am wrong. But I've just made a big deal out of it. I've just made a big deal about how I'm not wrong. And the choice at that point is either to continue to pretend like I'm not wrong and just never get the thing right. Or be like, all right, okay. I was incorrect about this. And, move on and succeed at the task. But that is actually a hard skill to develop, to be able to do that, because it does suck. It's nice to just pretend like you weren't wrong and that the other person was wrong. But, then you don't get to complete the task. Then you just have to be wrong forever. FilmCow can do no wrong in the VGV. I can do no wrong. I've never been wrong. Even Tony Stark had to learn things. Even Tony Stark, world famous industrialist Tony Stark. But yeah, if you can develop that skill to, like, self-analyze and move past your mental block of needing to have been right. Let me tell you, it's like a superpower. The amount of bridges you don't burn, the amount of tasks you complete with much less fuss, the amount of things you get to move on from, the amount... It really does make life much simpler. There's a type of thinking that's very popular. There's a bunch of, like, people on YouTube who run this kind of philosophy where, like, in order to have a dominant personality, you really need to never admit that you're wrong, even when you are. That you have to push forward, and even if you're wrong, you need to convince the other person that you're right in all of this stuff. And these people genuinely believe that this makes you a more powerful person, but it absolutely does not. It's just you're just constantly getting yourself into ridiculous situations and tying your circumstances into knots. You're just turning yourself into that Simpsons gag of Sideshow Bob stepping on rakes over and over again, but you're doing it intentionally. It's bad. Alphazar, thank you for the $2. If you're never wrong, you will never learn. Learning is a weakness. It's like when people tell me I suck at chess, but I know they're just haters. Robert would have won every single chess game he's ever played if his opponents hadn't been haters. If his opponents hadn't told him that's not a legal move. If his opponents hadn't told him you can't just throw all the pieces to the floor. Well, I guess that's it for tonight. I'm gonna go and I don't know, eat something. Been preparing the house. We have a second cat arriving. We have a second cat showing up on Wednesday. Two Cat Wednesday. Friend Alex has a cat, and Alex is moving to another apartment. Isn't able to take care of this cat anymore. We're taking the cat in. We're taking this cat in. We're hoping that we'll be able to integrate this cat into the house. Cat has come over once before, a long time ago, and did not like the sight of Pancake, which is normal. It takes a long time for cats to get acclimated to each other, so we've been doing a lot of preparation work. We have a section of the house that's been cordoned off completely and fully for where this cat is going to live for the first week or two. Not going to be able to see Pancake. Pancake's not going to be able to see the cat. Then we're going to do the scent swapping stuff. We're going to do then we're going to do the site swapping and the feeding behind the curtain. We're going to do the whole long, slow process of introducing these two cats to each other. Is the cat good with people yet? Oh, the cat loves people. I haven't said the cat's name yet, because we haven't fully decided if we're going to change the cat's name or not. There's a reason why we would change the cat's name. Complicated to explain. We're considering calling the cat Scallion. Pancake and Scallion. We love scallion pancakes. I don't know if you've ever had a scallion pancake. They're delicious. We wanted a name that would match pancakes. So it might be called Scallion. She might be called Scallion. Scallion pancakes are good. Yeah, they are very good. But I'll keep you updated. Cat's coming over Wednesday. It's probably going to take at least a month and a half. Maybe longer. To do everything we can to integrate this beautiful cat into our home. Two cats. Didn't think it would still be running. Oh yeah, I went on some tangents. It's about to end though. It's all over now. We're at the end. We're at the end. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great night, everyone. A great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is. Wherever you are. Have a good one. Farewell, everyone. I love you all.